Welcome to the 5 C's of Innovation, sponsored by Cisco.
I'm your host, John Gilroy. My guest is Andy Campbell, Government Cloud Solutions Manager at Cisco. In this segment, we'll address confidence in FedRAMP authorization. I referenced the Forbes article earlier, but they have some very interesting statistics in there, and they talk about ease of use and adoption for collaboration. We know collaboration can make you more productive, but if you're not confident that it is secure and easy to use, you're not going to use it, are you?
No, I do think that is an inhibitor to actually achieving the goals of why the technology was procured in the first place, right? So there's really two perspectives on confidence. One perspective on confidence is the user's confidence that their data is secure. That's what FedRAMP solves for us. It's a regime, it's rigorously monitored and audited and tested so they can have confidence. That aspect of confidence is kind of set to the side with our FedRAMP authorization. But the other part of confidence, or the other view of confidence that's really not talked about as much, is the user's own self-confidence, the confidence to actually adopt and use the technology that's been provided to them by the agency. And that's where we've put a tremendous amount of focus in building our hosted collaboration solution for government, is in building users' self-confidence so they can adopt and actually achieve the goals that the agency had intended.
I was at a collaboration call yesterday, and 2 or 3 people weren't there. We didn't know the system was failing, or it was a bad internet line, or phase of the moon. I mean, there are people who are listening to this that there's no tolerance for error here. People die.
Yeah, right.
People die if the call doesn't go through.
Right.
So how do you assure that the call is going to go through? I mean, you got to have something tried and true.
Yeah, right. And I think that's, look, FedRAMP pays attention to not only data security, but availability of the system. And we meet all of the requirements that FedRAMP has set out based on the NIST 853 requirements and controls for both data security and availability. So again, FedRAMP gives the technical and security confidence in the system, and the way we've designed the system to be very user adopted, right? I mean, they can easily integrate and become comfortable with the system. That drives their self-confidence in making better use of the system, which is what really drives achieving the agency's mission.
Because the difficult part is analysis and strategic decisions. You shouldn't have to worry about the phone being there or the connection being there, should you?
No, and I think that's the reason why many agencies are moving to the cloud, is because operating the system itself is not core to the mission of the agency. Using the collaboration tools, that's core to the mission agency, or the agency mission.
My guest is Andy Campbell, Government Cloud Solutions Manager at Cisco on
The 5 C's of Innovation, sponsored by Cisco. I'm your host, John Gilroy, and you're listening to federalnewsradio.com.